we are ready to make a wonderful Asian Maitake stir fry. Maitake mushrooms, beautiful to look at, also called hen of the woods. They have a lovely polysaccharide compound called beta-glucan, which is known for a host of wonderful properties. It prevents cancer, is very good in the treatment of cancerous tumors, very good in regulating blood sugar, and encourages metabolism. And of course, it is really not an animal. So many people are kind of scared of what a mushroom could be. It is a meaty texture, but it takes on wonderful flavors. This is a very Asian inspired dish, and as usual, I start off with a very hot pan. And here we go with a little bit of sesame seed oil. It's not a good idea to use extra virgin olive oil, for instance, in Asian inspired cuisine, because the olive oil kind of infuses into the ingredients which are Asian. Not too much of a mix, so not a good idea. We just spread the oil all over, and we start with red onions. So if you were in the kitchen right now with me, you would be able to smell the wonderful toasty aroma that comes from the sesame seed oil. It's called gingerly oil in India. And while these onions are getting to be a little brown, in my little drill machine, I've had some cloves of garlic here, quite a few in fact. You all know what garlic does for you. It has a lot of cholesterol beneficial properties, it has antibacterial properties, and overall very good to cleanse your blood. Okay, just a crude little thing, putting the garlic in. While that warms up, we're going to start off with some ginger. Just cube your ginger like so and put them into the little drill machine. Ginger, as all of you know, has a lot of wonderful properties as well. It's an anti-inflammatory, and it's very good for anti-nausea properties as well. Add in the ginger. Okay, here we go. So this is almost like the Holy Trinity, taking care of the flavors. Very toasty. And while that's warming up, it's a good idea to get our greens in order. Stir fry using a variety of greens is in fact very healthy. We use a variety of chards in this dish, a lot of rainbow chard, we have some kale in here. Very interesting. I like to take in a lot of leafy green vegetables and just prepare them. Don't cut them ahead of time because the nutrients could pop out and we don't really want that. You can cut them very coarsely and they add a very nice visual element to the dish, especially with the maitake. Very well done, all coarsely done. Before the onions, the ginger and the garlic get extremely warm, it's a good idea to infuse your greens with it. So just add them in like so. And just stir it up. Be careful with your pan and your hand. They shouldn't be meeting. Okay, great. Now I'm going to show you guys how to cut a mushroom properly while this is going on. So we're going to cut this maitake mushroom in half. You want to retain a lot of these lovely curls. Cut them just loose. Mushrooms have a lot of water, so just make sure that after you clean them, you pat them dry with a paper towel. And all parts of the maitake mushroom can be used. The only part that I don't like to use is the bottom part right here. That's not required. Just add the mushrooms right in. Always add the mushrooms only after the greens. Very well done. So at this time, even before you mix the greens along with the mushrooms, we are going to be adding some red chili flakes. Now remember that the heat of the red chili flakes can be quite too much, and remember we already have the ginger in it, which contributes to some spice. So you just want to make sure that you add enough red chili flakes that enhances the flavor of the dish. We're not going to sprinkle in any water. Instead, I'm using some wheat-free tamari sauce. Since you're using so much tamari, you can go slow on the salt content of the dish. And now you can mix it all in. It smells like an Asian restaurant in here, except there are no fillers. There is no corn flour, there is no monosodium glutamate, also called Ajinomoto. These are things that you don't really want in your food. You want your food to be fresh, absolutely wholesome. Meanwhile, what I've done here is to take some white sesame seeds. White sesame seeds have a lot of calcium in them. I've added some turmeric to it. And what I will do now is to sprinkle it all over this dish. Sesame seeds take on a very Asian interest, and in most culinary experiments, sesame plays not just a visual role, but a very nutritive role. So it's a good idea to stir that quickly in as well. And we're almost done. Can you believe it? Over here I have some stems of spinach. And usually people take it and throw it away, but it's a good idea to add it to this dish right on top. It takes on flavors really well like that. And just mix it in. And I'm going to try it before I plate it. So just take some greens in and some of the lovely maitake mushroom. Spicy, gingery, and the maitake is full of flavor. Just a perfect complement. You can make a bed of soba noodles, put this on top. It'll go well even with quinoa. And I can tell you something else. If you're hungry, you can eat it just like that. Beautiful. So I'm going to plate it now straight off the fire into a very Asian-inspired wooden bamboo bowl. The bamboo bowl is square in shape. How apt. Very nice. Now, there are a few ways in which we can actually finish this dish. And my favorite is to use green onions. So, just take some green onions. Okay, and quickly chop them up. And put that on top. And take some more turmeric mixed sesame seeds and put them right on top. There you have it, maitake stir fry with a very ingenious quick twist. Very flavorful, spicy, lovely for a warm winter's evening.